Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Untapped Healing, where we help you tap into your healing potential. In today's episode, it is part 2 of oxygenating your body. If you're interested in bringing high levels of oxygen into your body and tripling up your oxygen intake, then feel free to not only pay attention to what's about to be shared, but go forth and apply it. Because learning is one thing, applying the knowledge, that's what makes you wise. If you're interested in being wise, not only listen to what I have to say today, not only listen to it, but please go forth and apply it. And let's get started. Again, shout out to Eddie, the greatest of all time, for this series. You get to find out how to become super oxygenated because of his blessings. Let's get into it. If you don't know, if you are suffering through not consuming enough oxygen through hydration, then pay close attention. Like, if you suffer from any of these symptoms, you fall into that category. So water is H2O, and O is a facet of the entire thing. And what is the O? The O is oxygen. We need to make sure if we want to be hydrated, if we want to be fully functional from an oxygen standpoint, we need to be hydrated. We need to be consuming a good amount of water. You have to be making sure that you are consuming a good amount of water. What is a good amount of water? So what we do to find out what is a good amount of water for you to be consuming on a daily basis is you want to, whatever your weight is, so my weight is like 180, and then divide that into 90 ounces. So whatever your weight is, divide it in 2, and that amount of ounces, that's how much you want to drink of water. So 90 ounces converts to about like almost a gallon, but I get more than a gallon. Check out the water a gallon a day video. But make sure that you are consuming at least what your body needs for you to be functional. You understand? Because, again, divide your weight by 2. And then that amount in ounces, make sure you get that amount of water in a day. And that is to get yourself oxygenated through hydration. The other things you could do to make your water more hydrating is by incorporating MEGAHYDRATE. Like, MEGAHYDRATE increases the oxygen level of the water by over 300%. If you're interested in having your water be increased by over 300%, feel free to include MEGAHYDRATE into your water.
So what Ken is doing is, without touching the finger, but just actually placing the cover slip right against the blood specimen itself, he has generated that sample that we're going to use.
Great.
Ken is showing the blood, and let's go over and take a look at the blood and let me explain what we're looking at. We're looking at the red cells, and the red cells in our blood are approximately 7.2 microns in size, and this is the perfect size for that red cell to actually squeeze down and get into the capillary, at which time it breaks open and releases the hemoglobin that of course carries the iron and the oxygen content. When we see aggregation as we are seeing here, which is identified as a phase of rouleau, rouleau, and of course there's a lot of controversy about rouleau as to what you're seeing when you look at it. But in reality, when we see rouleau, we actually know that these red cells, which should be separate from each other, free-flowing through the plasma, as they are linked together in a rouleau formation, we're getting less oxygen at the cell level. And what causes this to stick together is basically phospholipids, which create a sticky substance in the blood that allows these red cells to link together.
Well, let me ask you a question then. What we're seeing here with Allie's blood, is this normally what you see?
Not normally, because I don't think that you would say any blood that we look at with those who are on the standard American diet and the lifestyle that we live, John, really could be considered normal.
Okay.
Normal blood would actually be each of these cells, as you're looking at this cell here, for example, all of them should be separate and free-flowing. In this particular cell, we're looking at what we would call a target cell, and this indicates that Allie has got some iron deficiency in her blood. She could very well take a chemistry blood profile, and the chemistry may not show that she's absolutely deficient in iron. This is a true way of identifying iron deficiency, and especially so in ladies. But when we are looking at the white cells, and of course the white cells are part of the first line of immune system defense in our body, we see 6 different white cells in the body, ranging from the poikilocytes to the monocytes through the eosinophils, the basophils, as well as the lymphocytes being the killer cells that we like to see. But the cells that we're very interested in are the neutrophils, which of course is a little Pac-Man, if you will, that travels through the blood and of course cleans our blood up.
Normally you take it in a capsule, we just put it in water to make it more rapid.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
We would take it in both fashions,
okay.
yes. By taking the microhydrin and placing it in water, and then of course taking 2 other capsules with it, we're going to see in a period of about 30 to 40 minutes some major changes that will occur in our blood as a result of the microhydrin and that microcluster technology
Bottoms
really
up,
getting to
Allie.
the cells
Bottoms
and tissue.
Up. All right. Amazing. So we'll come back and we'll take a look at the difference it makes.
Yes, we will. And
All
as a
right.
matter of fact, the microhydrin that she's taking, it doesn't have a bad taste to it, does it, Allie?
Great. So we're talking about is something that's just like drinking a glass of water, basically.
Exactly,
Right.
yes. Mhm.
Okay.
Yes. And a large glass of water is not necessarily needed. The amount that Allie has just taken with those pills is sufficient in order to get the residuals of the microhydrin directly into the blood.
All right, so we'll come back with Ken. Allie, thank you very much. We'll see you in a while.
Okay.
Dr. Jean, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back in a sec. Allie, we're going to see what's happened to your blood since this little bit, a half an hour ago or so.
That's correct. About 40 minutes has passed.
Well, it looks pretty incredible to me, but I'm not too sure what I'm looking
Well,
at.
let me explain what we're looking at. If you'll notice, John, the red cells, the rouleau formations that we had with the red cells that were linked together have now been separated. And this is what we see when we are putting the microhydrin into the body. Take a look at the aura that is surrounding each of these cells, the glow, if you will. With the light refracting through it, in the previous specimen that we had, we didn't see as much of that, virtually none. Of course, the condition of the cell hasn't changed as far as the iron deficiency is concerned. That's something else that would have to be addressed. But also take a look at the plasma. Much of the plasma has been cleaned of the debris that is in the blood, which is cellular detoxification. That's one of the ways that we get it out of our body, by getting it out of the cells and tissue into the blood itself to have it removed. Allie probably has a feeling right now of a little more alertness and probably a little more energy, like you're ready to go back to work?
Yes.
You really are?
Dr. Patrick Flanagan is absolutely amazing. Like everything that he's been doing with all of the supplements that he's been making to just really biohack the human physiology without like actually destroying its natural construct is absolutely amazing. I absolutely love everything that he offers, and that's the only reason why I recommend this. I usually don't recommend things. I only recommend things if I use them. I don't use this as often as I should, but I always feel that surge of energy when I consume Holmes. I always put it inside my water, and it's just that extra amount of oxygen to your water. You typically will take stuff like this before you go for a bike ride or before you go for a run, and you'll just see how much more energy you have. I'll leave a link in the description below. Another way that works just as well, that like wasn't made in a lab or anything, is chia seeds. Chia seeds absorb water. They do a really good job with delivering more water into your body. So if you're interested in increasing your oxygen levels of your body, you want to be putting chia seeds into your water, letting it soak, let it take in all that water, and then drink that. And then you will retain more water all throughout your day. You'll see your energy levels increase, which is what we want from increasing our oxygen levels. So if you're interested in increasing your oxygen levels, please add some chia seeds to your water and see the evolution. And that's all for today, guys. Thank you for sticking around for this long. I hope you guys now understand the importance of drinking water to get more oxygenated, and the things that you could add to your water to get more oxygenated. Thank you guys for sticking around for this long, and I hope to see you in the next one. In part 3, we'll be going over exercises you could do so that you are more oxygenated. And I absolutely love you guys for sticking around for this long. I hope to see you in the next one. Stay well.